Oh yeah, so this is the trade we took today. Cooking up. Low key, this is the 3 minute time frame. P&L for the day, 126. Technically 225 because I took a trade earlier and I got cooked. We also got our perpetuals cooking up as well. We go here, we're trading that Ethereum and Solana. My original entry was 30x leverage with $7, but I managed to run that up 200% each a couple days ago. So I put out my initials, left the profits writing, and then we are still cooking up. I'm planning to pull out Solana about 50% at 220 is my target price. Currently it's 195. Ethereum, I'm looking for 4,000, 75%, and currently Ethereum's at 37. Can you see that? Oh, my dumb ass, I'm retarded. 37.54. But on Nas today, we ate pretty good. So if I go over here to the 15-minute, show you guys a little breakdown. Alright, boys, here we are on the PC side of things. So, I'm just going to break down the trade I took earlier, just to journal it for me or for whoever else wants to use it. Because, every day we can improve, we can get better. I'm not the best. I hope I'm not the worst, but I wouldn't doubt it. But, it's all a process. You got to build yourself up. You can't go from 0 to 100. Obviously, you'd be skipping 2 through 99. So every day is a chapter in your life. Just pace yourself, be positive. Don't overindulge yourself in this shit either. Because I was overindulging myself, you know, thinking that if I mass consume information, blah, 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 that I'll get it faster. It's all on you. Just let things work out. Let the almighty higher spirit take care of it. You'll be good. Just keep that positive mind. But further note, took a trade today, Monday, July 21st. It is currently 6 p.m. Took a trade on NASDAQ Micro, which would be MNQ. So before the trade played out, let's get rid of this and let's get rid of this. I'll break it up for you. I'm still learning, so it is what it is. So let me just clear some of this trash out so I can explain why I did what I did. So these red lines here are broken up by session. As you see, 6 p.m. yesterday, that is the start of Asia session. Right here, 3 a.m., start of London session. Usually they say 8:30 is the start of New York session. 9:30 would be for the stock market. I just mark 8 on the hourly, just cause. So Asia session is this whole gap right here. London session is this whole gap right here, and obviously New York would be until the next, next Asian session. So right here, if we go into, we'll keep it into the hourly. Stretch this out so you guys can see. In this Asia session, this is the high it made in the whole session. You would not count this because this is the start of the London session. So that would have been the London open, London low. Okay. So Asia session peaked this high, so I marked it. This is the low for the Asia session. So this is what it bottomed at in the whole Asia session. This is what it peaked at during the whole Asia session. So we got those highs and lows, key points for reference, key levels, pre-market. Then we get into the London session. Obviously, London session opened up here, but throughout the session around 4 a.m., it made a higher. So that's what we marked because, we have this whole session. That's the highest for this session right here. And the low, I don't know how that got there. The low would probably be for this session. And then I don't really mark up the New York session because that's what I'm trading in. I'm using these as key levels. If, for example, if I zoom out on the 15-minute, I'd use these as like key levels. And let me show you guys exactly how I did it. Okay. So where we at? Okay. We are on hourly time frame. So before, you know, New York session hit around 6:30, I'm just going to the daily time frame, see if there's a bias I have. I have a checklist for this. So, you know, fair value guys, fair value gap test, liquidity sweeps, breaker structures, and then go with trend. And then also I have X open for news just because like I like to read up on stuff going on. So further ado. So
The market is open.
oh, look at that. Look at that. So you would just go through, make your decision like, all right, do you think it is bearish or bullish for the day? And if so, why? I thought today was bullish. So I did the same thing on the 4 hour time frames, made sure my bias was correct. Once you got your bias, I actually dropped down to the 15-minute time frame and I looked for some liquidity points. I already got one marked up right here. Let me see if I can mark up another one. Circle. So we got some external liquidity. Got some back here at the bottom. Like if I were to mark up some liquidity up here, it'd be, as well. You get the point. So my target though for this session was this right here. So I'm watching the charts. Things are going well to an extent. It's Monday. You can't really tell what the bias is, being that we're also at all-time highs. So it gets a little bit choppy, as you see through here throughout the London session, the Asian session. But we ran up, we made highs in the Asian session, and then we carried that momentum into the London session, and we made higher highs and higher lows. Okay, two things usually happen with New York session that I'm noticing. Let me know if anybody else notices this, but usually for the most part, it can go two ways. It can go up, sweep up, continue up with that momentum, or it could go back all the way down as well, sweep something, and then continue lower. So what happened in this case was we had this low right here, not the full low for the London session. Remember, these are key levels that we're using, but you had this internal liquidity. We're in the London session, we're consolidating. New York session opens. We go down, boom, close under that, and then we get this indecisive candle. So this is when I switched into the 3 minute time frame. Boom, boom, boom. I noticed rejected here. All right, it didn't want to go lower. We get momentum up. I like to look at, my bad. I like to look at decent amount, pretty good amount of time frames. So I'd be paranoid and shit. As you can see, you can start moving up on the 3 minute or 1 minute. Now we switch to 3 minute consolidation. Starts moving up. I enter right here off this bullish momentum. This was actually, in my opinion, I kind of got emotional with this trade and probably fucked up because if you sit here and look at the time, it's 9:30. I technically entered in 3 minutes before, and which is risky because of the heavy volatility. I should have waited 15 minutes after market open, which is on me, and I will make a mental note of that. That is something I need to work on. But I got lucky by the almighty lords because I went for a 1 to 1.5 right here. So, I could have just did my 1 to 1 or my 1 to 2. And funny enough, that lines up with these key levels. So I use these key levels. So obviously, if we did a liquidity sweep, we grab some liquidity and we turn bullish. If we're going up, I would use these key levels right here as my take profit. Let me see if I can mark it. These fucking, this is some stupid shit. Fucking hate this shit. My bad, guys. I would use these key levels as take profits. So you could sit here and be like, okay, why 1 to 1's right here, 1 to 2's right here, and then maybe 1 to 2.7, 1 to 3. But we went for 1 to 2. Be safe, slowly but surely. But if we go out onto the 5 minute and even the 15, trade played out like crazy. I think this thing ended up being a whole 1 to 8. And even if you held it throughout the day, still be up in that the 1 to 4 range. But we don't FOMO. You take the gains because I took an L earlier. I believe I got cooked. Let me see. Yeah, see, I got cooked earlier. That's me being emotional. I think this is throughout the week, yeah. But that's me being emotional. So it paid off 124 profit. These red trades shouldn't be as bad. This is all emotion. But we're still working on it because I'm imperfect. And I am an imperfect human being. And I'm a beaner because I'm just a freehole. But nevertheless, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to improve it. You know, this is really just for my end to see, look back on. Maybe some other people could relate to. Maybe you guys are stuck in the same position or you feel like this shit seems impossible or it seems so far away, but it really isn't in the grand scheme of things. Like, we fucking, like, look what everything's going on in the world right now. Like, a couple years ago, we had Super Bowl sickle mode SpongeBob playing. Fucking, we got the president of the United States hosting a UFC on the White House. Like, simulation or not, anything could have fucking happened. So, just gotta keep that head on tight, guys. And, you know, just be positive. That's all it is. And before I end here, I'm just gonna read a page quote from the Bible. You could stay, you could leave. I'm not forcing you guys to sit here and listen to this. Let's see what I want to do. Let's do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking a long time to read the Bible. Let's get you a good quote for the day. So we're gonna switch it up. You know, have a little bit of energy, a little bit of faith. So if you guys will pray with me, you guys can leave if you don't want to. If you want to stay, I thank you. Appreciate you. Let's get this. Dear God, thank you for helping me to keep going. When I face obstacles and setbacks, let me feel your presence. Remind me that you are near. Even when my circumstances aren't perfect, you are with me in the storm, and because you are with me, I know I will make it through. Your presence gives me courage, and your promises give me peace. I trust that you are working even when I can't see it. As Isaiah 43:2 says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. You are my strength and my steady anchor in every season. In Jesus' name, amen. And I hope you guys have a good day. Remember, lock in them profits. It's all emotional. So at the end of the day, it's you versus you. You know we got this shit, boys. Let's get it.